In the small industrial town of Millbrook, nestled in the heart of northern England, Emma Wilson's world was a delicate balance of hope and hardship. At just 19, she carried the weight of her family's struggles like a heavy winter coat. Her shoulders always slightly hunched but never truly broken, the Wilson family's small terraced house stood as a testament to their resilience. Faded wallpaper and worn wooden floors told stories of better days, of times when her father's job at the local steel factory seemed secure. But those days were gone now, swept away by economic changes that cared little for the dreams of working-class families. Every morning began the same way. Emma would wake before sunrise, her alarm clock softly chirping in the quiet room she shared with her younger brother Tom. She'd carefully dress in her work clothes, a simple black apron and white shirt, provided by the local bakery where she worked part-time. Her movements were calculated, designed to make as little noise as possible, allowing her parents a few more moments of precious sleep. In the small kitchen, Emma would prepare a modest breakfast. Cheap bread, toasted carefully, margarine spread, thin and tea made with precision to stretch their limited resources. Tom would shuffle in, his school uniform slightly too big, a reminder of their financial constraints. Emma would help him fix his collar, check his homework, and pack a simple lunch. Her father, Jack, had been unemployed for months now. Once a proud worker with calloused hands and a strong back, he now spent his days searching for work, filling out applications, and trying to maintain some sense of dignity. Emma could see the worry in his eyes, the way his shoulders had started to slope downward with each rejected job application. Her mother, Linda, worked cleaning offices in the town centre, taking any extra shifts she could find. Her hands were rough from cleaning chemicals, her smile becoming less frequent with each passing month. But she never complained, always finding a way to keep the family's spirit alive. The bakery where Emma worked was a small refuge. Old Mr. Peterson, the owner, was kind in a gruff sort of way. He understood struggle. His own family had survived tough times decades ago. He would sometimes slip her an extra pastry, knowing full well the family could use the extra food. Between work shifts, Emma studied. Her dream of going to university seemed distant but not impossible. She'd spread her books on the kitchen table late at night, studying by the dim light while the rest of her family slept. Mathematics, English, social studies, each subject was a potential ticket to a better future. Money was always tight. Emma would carefully budget every pound, tracking expenses in a small notebook, electricity bills, water rates, food costs. Each expense was calculated with mathematical precision. She'd cut coupons from newspapers, look for sales, and make sure every penny counted. Despite the challenges, there was love in the Wilson household. Evenings were filled with board games played on their old coffee table, stories shared over simple meals, and laughter that seemed to push back against their financial darkness. Tom would tell jokes, their father would share stories from his factory days, and their mother would smile, a rare moment of pure joy. Emma's world was small, but full of determination. She knew their situation was temporary. Every job application she helped her father fill out. Every extra shift she worked, every late-night study session was a step towards something better. Her youth was not defined by their current struggles, but by her hope for the future. The town of Millbrook watched families like the Wilsons, some with sympathy, some with indifference. But Emma didn't care about their opinions. She was focused on one thing, creating a better life for her family one day at a time. As winter approached and the days grew shorter, Emma's resolve remained unbroken. Her hands might be rough from work, her clothes might be simple, but her spirit was anything but ordinary. She was a daughter, a sister, a worker, a student, but above all she was a beacon of hope in a world that often seemed determined to dim such lights. In the quiet moments before dawn, when the town was still asleep, Emma would sit by the window, watching the first rays of light break through the industrial landscape. Each morning brought a new possibility, a new chance to change their story. This was Emma Wilson's world, a world of quiet struggle, unbreakable love, and unwavering hope. The rain was falling softly against the bakery window when everything changed. Emma's hands were busy kneading dough, her movements practiced and steady. when Mr. Peterson dropped a stack of papers near her workspace. Between mixing ingredients and serving customers, she noticed a brochure peeking out from beneath the stack. Curiosity pulled her attention. During a quiet moment, she unfolded the paper. A scholarship competition advertisement caught her eye. Bold letters promising educational opportunity for students facing financial challenges. Her heart began to race, fingers tracing the words carefully. The details were straightforward. A local foundation sought students who demonstrated academic potential and personal resilience. The prize was significant: full university tuition, a monthly stipend, and additional support for living expenses. For a family like the Wilsons, this could mean everything. That evening, Emma brought the brochure home. Her family gathered around the kitchen table, the single lamp casting warm light across their tired faces. Tom looked excited, her father curious, her mother hopeful. They understood what this could mean, a chance to break the cycle of financial struggle. "I want to try," Emma said quietly. Her voice was soft but determined. Her father reached out, squeezed her hand. No words were needed. They all knew the odds were slim, but hope was a powerful thing in their household. Jack Wilson, unemployed but never defeated, helped her prepare. He reviewed her academic records, remembered her school achievements, and helped her understand the application's complex questions. Late into the night, they worked together. A father and daughter united by a single dream. Linda contributed, too. She helped Emma choose appropriate clothes for the potential interview, ironing a simple white blouse borrowed from a neighbor. Every detail mattered. They couldn't afford mistakes. The application required a personal essay. Emma spent weeks writing and rewriting, capturing her family's journey, her own ambitions and her commitment to education. She wrote about her father's job loss, her mother's cleaning work, her brother's potential. She wrote about resilience, about hope, about the power of education to transform lives. Her school teachers noticed her dedication. Mr. Harrison, her English teacher, offered to review her essay. He saw something special in Emma, a combination of intelligence, humility, and pure determination that set her apart from other students. Weeks passed. The application was submitted. Emma tried to continue her normal routine, working at the bakery, helping her family, supporting Tom's education. But a small flame of hope burned inside her. She allowed herself to dream, just a little. The waiting was the hardest part. Each mail delivery became a moment of tension. Her family would watch, breath held, as she checked the mailbox. Rejection seemed more likely than success, but they had learned to hope against hope. One rainy Tuesday, everything changed. A thick envelope arrived, addressed specifically to Emma Wilson. Her hands shook as she opened it. Her family gathered close. The first line made her stop breathing. "Congratulations," it read. Tears came quickly, not just from Emma but from her entire family. This was more than a personal victory. This was a lifeline. This was proof that hard work, resilience, and love could create miracles. Her father's eyes were wet. Her mother hugged her tightly. Tom jumped around the small living room, celebrating his sister's achievement. In that moment, their tiny house felt enormous, filled with possibility and hope. The scholarship meant more than money. It represented a chance to break the cycle of financial struggle. It was a message that their circumstances did not define their potential. Emma could become the first in their family to attend university. Jack looked at his daughter with immense pride. "You did it," he whispered. "You showed the world what the Wilson family is made of." Emma knew this was just the beginning. The scholarship was an opportunity, but her real work was just starting. She would study hard, make her family proud, and create a better future for all of them. As night fell over Millbrook, the Wilson household buzzed with a new energy. Dreams that had seemed impossible now felt within reach, and at the center of it all was Emma, a young woman who refused to be defined by her circumstances, who turned hope into reality. The university acceptance letter arrived on a crisp autumn morning, changing everything for the Wilson family. Emma stared at the official document, her fingers tracing the university's letterhead, hardly believing her journey had truly begun. Her first day on campus felt like entering another world. Students moved confidently between buildings, carrying expensive laptops and wearing trendy clothes. Emma's second-hand backpack and carefully mended jacket made her feel different, but she refused to let insecurity take root. The scholarship covered tuition, but money remained tight. Emma worked 3 part-time jobs: library assistant, weekend cafe server, and university research helper. Her days started before sunrise and ended long after sunset. Exhaustion became her constant companion, but determination burned brighter. Her first semester challenged everything she knew. Academic expectations were different from her small-town school. Complex theories, research methodologies, and academic writing tested her limits. Some nights, she would call home feeling overwhelmed, her mother's gentle encouragement keeping her focused. Tom followed her progress with admiration. He saved newspaper clippings of her achievements, displaying them proudly in their family home. Her success became his inspiration, proving that opportunities existed beyond Millbrook's industrial landscape. Jack's unemployed status had begun to change. Inspired by Emma's resilience, he started a small repair business. Local residents appreciated his honest work and fair prices. Slowly, the family's financial situation began to improve. Linda continued her cleaning work, but now saw a different future. Emma's scholarship had opened their collective imagination. They began discussing possibilities they had never considered before: education, entrepreneurship, personal growth. University wasn't just about academics for Emma. She joined student support groups, helping other working-class students navigate university challenges. Her experiences made her compassionate and understanding. She became known as someone who could offer practical advice and genuine support. Her social work studies exposed her to complex societal issues: poverty, inequality, education access. Topics she had lived became subjects of academic exploration. Each lecture, each research project felt personal. She wasn't just studying theories. She was understanding her own life's narrative. Midway through her second semester, an opportunity emerged. A prestigious internship with a local social support organization needed a student researcher. Emma applied, her application reflecting her genuine understanding of community challenges. The interview panel was impressed. Her personal story combined with academic potential made her stand out. When the offer came, it felt like another miracle. The internship would provide valuable experience and a modest stipend. Her family celebrated with a simple dinner. No expensive restaurant, no lavish gifts, just home-cooked food, shared stories, and profound pride. Emma realized success wasn't about grand gestures but consistent effort and unwavering support. Winter brought unexpected challenges. University expenses, though partially covered, still required careful management. Emma learned to budget expertly, finding creative solutions. Second-hand textbooks, shared study materials, and strategic meal planning became her survival strategies. Her roommates came from different backgrounds, some wealthy, some middle class. Initially, she felt out of place, but her authenticity and hard work gradually earned their respect. Friendships formed not based on economic status, but shared academic goals and mutual respect. Tom watched his sister's journey with growing ambition. Her success planted seeds of possibility in his young mind. He started taking his studies more seriously, understanding education as a powerful transformation tool. Jack's small repair business grew steadily. Emma's success had reignited his own sense of purpose. He began mentoring other local entrepreneurs, sharing lessons learned from years of resilience and recent small business experience. As her first university year concluded, Emma reflected on their journey. The scholarship wasn't just a financial solution, but a catalyst for comprehensive family transformation. Each challenge overcome became a stepping stone towards a broader vision of possibility. Her story wasn't just about individual achievement, but collective family resilience. The Wilsons had transformed their narrative from survival to aspiration, from limitation to potential. The turning point wasn't a single moment, but a continuous journey of hope, hard work, and unwavering family support. The second year of university brought unexpected changes for Emma Wilson. Her internship with the community support organization had opened doors she never imagined possible. What started as a simple research position became a transformative experience that would reshape her entire family's future. Jack Wilson's small repair business had grown from a desperate attempt to find work to a respected local enterprise. Inspired by Emma's determination, he began offering free workshops for unemployed workers, teaching basic repair and entrepreneurship skills. The local community center became his classroom, and his reputation spread quickly. Linda continued her cleaning work, but now approached it with a new perspective. Emma's success had shown her that education and personal growth weren't just dreams. She started taking evening classes, learning basic computer skills, and exploring new career possibilities. Tom, now a more focused student, found inspiration in his family's journey. His school grades improved dramatically. Teachers noticed a change, a spark of ambition that hadn't existed before. He began talking about university, seeing it as a realistic goal rather than an impossible dream. Emma's social work studies took her deeper into community development. Her research focused on families like her own, working-class households struggling to break cycles of economic limitation. Each project became personal, each interview a reflection of her own family's experiences. University recognized her potential. Professors began inviting her to participate in research projects, offering mentorship that went beyond typical academic support. She discovered a talent for understanding complex social systems, seeing connections others missed. Her internship introduced her to a network of local community leaders. They saw something special in Emma, not just academic potential, but a genuine commitment to making real change. Slowly, she became more than a student. She became a voice for community. Transformation. The family's financial situation began to stabilize. Jack's business provided a steady income. Linda's evening classes opened new job opportunities. Tom's improved academic performance suggested future scholarships. Emma's university support continued to provide crucial financial assistance. Their small terraced house in Millbrook transformed. What was once a symbol of struggle became a hub of hope and possibility. Family discussions now centered on dreams, education, and personal growth. The walls seemed to breathe with newfound optimism. Community. Members started noticing the Wilson family's transformation. Local newspapers ran a small feature about Jack's free workshops. Linda's evening class achievements were celebrated in community newsletters. Tom's academic improvement became a local success story. Emma's internship led to a significant research project about economic mobility in working-class communities. Her personal experience became academic research, bridging the gap between theoretical understanding and real-world challenges. Professors praised her unique perspective. Weekend visits. Home became moments of shared learning. Emma would bring academic insights. Jack would share business experiences. Linda would discuss her new skills, and Tom would showcase his improving grades. Their dinner table became a place of intellectual exchange and mutual support. The local community began to see the Wilsons differently. No longer viewed as a struggling family, they became a symbol of potential and resilience. Other families started asking for advice, seeking inspiration from their journey. Emma's scholarship had done more than provide financial support. It had given her family a new lens through which to view their potential. Each small achievement became a stepping stone to larger possibilities. Her social work research began to attract attention. Local policymakers became interested in her findings about community development and economic mobility. What started as academic research began to show potential for real social change. Jack's repair workshops expanded. What began as a small local initiative started attracting support from local businesses and government agencies. He became a respected voice in local economic development discussions. Linda's evening classes led to a new job in community administration. Her understanding of working-class challenges made her an invaluable employee. She found a sense of personal achievement she had never experienced before. Tom's academic improvements opened new opportunities. Scholarship discussions began, with his teachers supporting his potential for higher education. The cycle of limited opportunity seemed to be breaking. As the year concluded, the Wilson family gathered in their small living room. The atmosphere was different, filled with hope, possibility, and mutual support. They had transformed from a family struggling to survive to a family dreaming and achieving. Emma looked around at her family, understanding that their journey was about more than individual success. It was about collective hope, resilience, and the power of believing in oneself. 5 years passed quickly. Emma Wilson stood on the university stage, her social work degree held tightly in her hands. The journey from that small terraced house in Millbrook seemed like a distant memory, yet every moment remained crystal clear. Her graduation wasn't just a personal achievement, it represented her entire family's transformation. In the audience, Jack waved proudly, his small repair business now employing 3 local workers. Linda sat next to him, wearing a smart office outfit, a far cry from her previous cleaning job. Tom, now a university student himself, beamed with admiration. The local community watched Emma's journey with genuine pride. What began as a scholarship story had become a beacon of hope for working-class families in northern England. Her research on community development had caught the attention of national social policymakers. Emma's first job came through her university connections, a position with a community support organization that focused on helping families facing economic challenges. Every case file, every family she supported, reminded her of her own family's struggle. Her approach was different from traditional social workers. She didn't just offer support, she offered genuine understanding. Having lived through financial hardship, she knew exactly how to connect with families feeling trapped by their circumstances. Jack's repair business had become a local success story. He now ran training programs for unemployed workers, teaching practical skills and business basics. The workshops he once started in a small community center had expanded into a respected local training program. Linda's transformation was equally remarkable. From a cleaning worker to an administrative professional, she now worked with local education support programs. Her personal experience helped her understand the challenges faced by working-class families seeking educational opportunities. Tom followed his sister's path. Inspired by Emma's journey, he studied education policy, dreaming of creating systemic changes that would support families like theirs. His academic performance matched Emma's determination. The Wilson family became a local symbol of possibility. Their story spread beyond Millbrook, featured in regional newspapers and local television programs. They represented hope, proof that education and determination could change entire family trajectories. Emma's social work focused on creating sustainable community support systems. She developed programs that didn't just provide temporary assistance, but offered long-term educational and economic support. Her personal experience became her most powerful professional tool. Local government officials began consulting her. Her research and practical approach offered fresh perspectives on addressing economic inequality. What started as academic study had become a pathway for real social change. The family's Sunday dinners remained a cherished tradition. Around their modest dining table, they would discuss their week, share experiences, and celebrate small victories. The love and support that had carried them through difficult times remained their strongest connection. Emma's work took her to different communities, helping families navigate economic challenges. Each family she supported reminded her of her own journey. She understood that success wasn't about individual achievement, but collective support. Her presentations at national conferences highlighted the importance of understanding systemic economic challenges. She spoke not just as a professional, but as someone who had lived through the very challenges she studied. The scholarship that had changed her life now inspired her to create similar opportunities for others. She worked with local organizations to develop support programs for working-class students, ensuring that financial limitations didn't limit educational potential. Jack's business mentorship programs expanded. He now worked with local colleges, helping develop practical skills training for unemployed workers. His personal journey from factory worker to successful small business owner inspired many. Linda's work in education support became crucial. She helped develop programs that supported parents seeking to return to education, understanding the challenges from her personal experience. Tom's academic journey continued, his focus on education policy promising future systemic changes. The Wilson family's commitment to education remained their most powerful legacy. As Emma reflected on their journey, she understood that their story was about more than individual success. It was about hope, resilience, and the transformative power of education and family support. The small terraced house in Millbrook remained their home, a symbol of where they started and a reminder of how far they had come. Their story wasn't just about overcoming economic challenges, but about creating opportunities for others. 5 years after her scholarship, Emma Wilson had become more than a social worker. She had become a catalyst for change, proving that one family's determination could inspire an entire community.